you helped me transform my life, pretty much. Like, I'm 42 now, and I met you when I was 30, and you probably thought that I was 42 back then. I was looking more 42 back then than than now, and because you probably thought we were the same age back then, or you thought I was older.
I actually thought you were a little bit older. There it is.
Welcome to The Art of Chef. I'm your host, Chef Yuki. Today, my guest is Chef Michael. He's a great friend of mine. I'm so excited for him to be here. That's why I sound a little bit nervous. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Don't be nervous. Yeah, listen to the crowd.
The people liked you.
The people love it.
How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you so much for making time to come and do this with me. I know me and my crazy ideas, and so thank you for coming and record this pod with me.
Yeah, it's all about having fun.
That's right. So without further ado, Chef Michael, he is. I've mentioned him before in previous pod a couple of times. He's the chef friend of mine that I met when I was at Sacred Heart Prep, and he kind of helped me transform my life, pretty much. Like, I'm 42 now, and I met you when I was 30, and you probably thought that I was 42 back then. I was looking more 42 back then than now, and because you probably thought we were the same age back then, or you thought I was older.
I actually thought you were a little bit older.
Yeah, so I am a good 10 years younger than you, or you're 10 years senior, and so yeah. When I first met you, I was about like 300 pounds. I was stressed out. I was beaten down by the world. I had just gotten back from the boiler house. Like I was hustling the boiler house, and then I went to Head Royce, another account, which I became like the sous chef of AJ. Long story short, I was fat and stressed out, and then I met Michael, and it turned me into this. I mean,
lean and mean.
I don't need to take any clothes off, but yeah, he worked with me. He motivated me to get into a different lifestyle. Like, just, it's okay to be cool and blaze, but just stay active and just don't put so much food in your mouth. Like, that's why
there's so much time on the couch playing video games.
That's right, and that's why this motherfucker is in a hurry, because he needs to go to a noon class. Like that's how important. Like, and his wife owns a fitness gym, and ever since I met her,
F45.
F45.
San Mateo.
F45. San Mateo. Come and check them out. So yeah, like ever since I met you guys, she was training out of her house, right? Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, okay. So it's a lifestyle thing. It's not like I'm cursed with fatness or just bad genes. It's that I have these bad habits that turn me into this fat slob, and then this man showed me that there's these good habits you can have and turn yourself into a relatively decent-looking human being. So
you lost how many pounds in a year? 100?
Yeah, 100 pounds. I mean, that was a lot of walking, a lot of going to the gym.
A lot of running.
Yeah, a lot of running, yeah.
And the weights.
Yeah, a lot of blazing before exercising.
definitely made the run easier.
Yes, for sure, for the mind. And the reason how I met him is that I was a general manager at Sacred Heart Prep in Atherton. Now, Atherton, I don't know if you know, is the highest.
1%.
Yeah, it's the highest real estate per square foot in America, right? Atherton, hands down. And this Catholic private school in there, I mean, it's acreage next to the Polo Club. And so I needed someone with an impressive resume. And Lord and behold, my CEO sent me this guy and his resume. And I was like, no way in hell I'm going to hire this guy because I read it. It was like the French Laundry, Plum Shack, and
Aqua, Sacred
Heart Prep in Atherton. So yeah, quite a resume, this guy. And, he also ventured out and started his own thing called Mommy to Go. We worked on that for a little bit. Mainly right now, you're managing your kids, being a great husband, taking care of the house. Like every time I go to your house, like your fridge is always full. And I was like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? Like,
it's magic.
Right. It's so the amount of time that you put in for family, like my wife wish she has a husband like you. No doubt. Like, she's like, why can't you be more, why can't you be around more, be around the kids more, or wanting to spend time, honey, I gotta go make that loot. Like,
and mine says, why don't you go work more, do something, get out of the house?
Right. It's not worth it. Like you're coaching your kids' basketball team, and assistant coaching, whatever. And it's admirable. Do you want to share more about where you've been other than the laundry? The obvious places.
Before we met up, I'm from Oklahoma originally. I think you know that.
Yeah.
And I had worked on some stuff out there for a little while, and then moved out to LA in the 90s. I worked at a place called Gardens on Glendon in Westwood Village by UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
I worked. The people had started the Hamburger Hamlet chain.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at their other restaurant, Kate Manalini's in Beverly Hills. And then
that sounds sexy.
Yeah, it was cool. A little upscale diner. Very cool. And then I moved up to San Francisco, went to culinary school, worked at the French Laundry, worked at Aqua, worked at Plum Shack, worked up at the Bohemian Club in the Russian River, a private men's camp, but I can't tell you which. Yeah, I did some private chefing for some local billionaires here also. So
the Billy Club.
Yeah. And so then I started working with Epicurean, and that's I remember interviewing with you at Starbucks.
Yes, in Menlo Park.
Yep. Yeah, I try to work out every day. I take the weekend off.
Every day.
Yeah. Every day, 45 minutes.
It's like, to this guy, working out, it's like taking a shit.
Yeah, but it's only 45 minutes one time a day. Just so is life.
Yeah. That's cool. And then you have your boys.
Here we've got basketball. We're starting up spring baseball for Little League. We've got, what else we have coming up? Oh, they're in the middle of flag football. So the weekends are actually busier than the weekdays.
Like I don't even know how to tackle it. Like just scheduling it for the kids and the equipment and the time and to go see them and to take them.
Well, the flag football is easy. It's 2-hour blocks.
No, I get it. But the time that you spend, like, see, I think the thing that really I admire about you is your father, like the fatherhood thing. Like you, it's such a cliche for us dudes to think of being a provider only in like a money sense. But in some situation, money might not be necessarily the most important thing the family needs, because you're contributing so much more that money cannot buy, So I don't know who's listening out there, but if you're at home providing the quality of life that your kids or your spouse would have had if you weren't around, high five.
High five.
Yeah, and speaking of high five, I have been reading a book called High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. And you're saying that you've been kind of dabbling into her podcasts.
Yeah, they've been really good.
Yeah, so you were doing a podcast.
Check out her podcast.
Yeah, the Mel Robbins Show. I feel like I know her already. My chiropractor.
She has one of those voices.
Yeah. My chiropractor is this lady that introduced me to her, and she's my abundant friend. So yeah, she introduced me to me, and then you're always the guy that introduced me to books. Like on the last pod, I mentioned about the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And
another good one.
Yeah, and so you recommended it to me. So maybe you can find it in your busy time, gymming, exercising, dadding, earning,
shopping,
creating. You can digest Mel's book, and maybe we can chop it up at the next pod.
Good icebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, that.
Put your toe in the water.
This is The Art of Chef. I'm your host, Chef Yuki, with Chef Michael.
Chef Michael.
Thank you for being here, Michael.
Hey, thanks for having me.
This pod is brought to you by Use Gourmet. UseGourmet.com. You can see my recipe, my in-laws' frozen dumplings, and my friend's goodie. UseGourmet.com.
Check
See
it
you
out
next time. What do you think?
It's pretty fun.